Well, with Valentine's Day around the corner, you can't help but bump into all kinds of displays of retailers selling you chocolates, balloons, things covered in tissue paper, and of course, plants and flowers. Now, I've got a little bit of a bone to pick, because often when you get a flower, and here's a fine example. I picked this up at a supermarket this morning. It's got the tissue paper with the hearts on it, then a pink red color, heart here, and a nice flower, but there's no label telling you what it is. So in terms of looking after a plant like this, you've got no idea unless you're knowledgeable and know it's a begonia. Every time I see this OXO, back in England, that used to spell OXO, which was a brand name of stock cubes. You know, those little cubes, beef flavored, you add to soups and give you a bit more salty, beefy taste to things. I used to see OXO everywhere. I didn't realize, I knew the X meant a kiss, but I didn't realize the O meant hug. So this is obviously kisses, hugs, and kisses, hugs. I'm with it now. I'm up to scratch on that. All right, what I've got today is still continuing with the Valentine's theme. I've got plants that have heart-shaped leaves to talk about. Plant number one is the Pothos. It's a brilliant plant because it's very easy to grow. And what's also brilliant about it is it will actually do quite well in poorly lighted rooms. And you'll see them in offices, you'll see them hanging down, cascading down there. They might get a bit leggy. They don't want to be in too much bright light. Full sunshine, the leaves will burn up. I've already picked a few of the dead leaves out. The leaves will start scorching. This one here, this is neon, and as the summer light will increase a bit, it becomes a bright yellow, a kind of a neon bright light. We've got a couple of variegated ones. This one here, for example, has got a little splash, a little marbling in the leaf. But the leaf is, as you can see from this leaf there, is a lovely heart shape. So there you go, an automatically self-designed plant for Valentine's Day. You'll notice that the white variegated ones will burn much, much easier. So they need to be in a little bit protected area, away from direct sunlight, as they call it. Now, in terms of propagation, they're relatively easy. You can quite simply just snip it off. Oh, I haven't got a pair of snippers, but break it off. What I do is I strip the lower leaves. I can put it in some water, and in the winter it takes a while to develop new roots, but it will send these almost like aerial roots, but they become irregular roots, and lo and behold, you will have another Pothos to give to somebody as a gift, or another Valentine's Day gift if you're cheap. You don't want to spend some money on it. Got to be careful what I say. Let's hope the wife isn't listening. Well, plant number two is actually a brilliant plant. It's a raindrop peperomia. What do I like about this plant? It has a little bit of an upright. It's going to get no more than about a foot tall. It has these gorgeous, and right in time for Valentine's Day, gorgeous heart-shaped leaves. They're kind of thick, almost succulent. Whenever you feel a plant that's got a thick, succulent leaf, you don't certainly want to overwater it. It tends to be able to store its own water in those succulent leaves, and it likes to dry out in between waters. Get a right container for it, and you really do have a spectacular plant. Here's an example. If you can get hold of one of these, then it's going to last a long time as long as you don't overwater it. Again, avoid direct sunlight, and fertilizing it. So as soon as it starts growing again in the spring, once a week, once a month probably would be more than enough. This one has some little green Osmocote fertilizer beads in it. So every time you water it, you are putting a little of the nutrients back in there. So there we go, raindrop peperomia, an excellent choice. Well, for my final plant, I've got a real beaut. I have to say I'm losing the continuity with a heart-shaped leaf, but sort of heart-shaped, kind of malformed heart-shaped, so depends who you're giving it to, depends how good it is. But it's a brilliant plant, so if you see one of these, you need to get hold of them. It's a Chinese money plant. It's also known as a pass-it-along plant. It's particularly good at propagating because it actually propagates itself. Hence, you get lots of them that you can pass along. I'm just going to pull the pod off here, and we're going to have a look. I don't know if you can see, there's a little baby plant there. There's a baby plant there, and there's another one there. I'm going to put my hands in there and break away. There's one. I'll put him there for you to have a look at. And again, I'm just going in and snapping. Oh, it's already broken free. Two. Got it. And there's number three. I've got a nicer container. Again, make sure there's an excellent drainage, because drainage is vital for most house plants. I've got a nice high quality mix here. I've added a few of my own things, a little bit of grit in there, a little bit more bark. And I'm just going to fill it up test it out. I want to have the plant a little higher in the pot, so, and show some of its nice shape. So I'm going to tuck a little bit of soil. You don't want to pack the soil too much, but you need enough packing to hold it firm. And what I tend to do is just stick my fingers occasionally around the edge to pack some parts of the soil, and that tends to hold the plant nicely in there. You could add some of those fertilizer beads to the top. I'm just going to put a few. This has micronutrients in there, and just work them in the top soil. What do we do with our babies? Well, you have to use the right size pot. This one, I don't want to disturb any more of those roots. So again, I'm going to put the plant in and just a couple of pushes with fingers, not all the way around, just enough to hold it in place. Clay pot tends to dry out quicker, which in this case is probably a good thing with these. You don't want them to be sitting in too wet a soil. Let's see if we can fit them in there. Just a little bit of soil. One side and the other side. So there you go. I mean, there's nothing wrong with chocolates, cut flowers, roses, but I would much rather give a living plant that's going to give years of pleasure, especially one of these plants I've just shown you. And if you want to put the little finishing touch in, stick it in by all means. It's a plant that's important though.